Good day. Welcome to another Drew's Book Review on YouTube. Today I am reviewing Hunter's Run by George R.R. Martin, Gardner Dozois, and Daniel Abraham. Interesting thing about this book is that it is a collaboration between three different authors over a 30-year period. All of the authors were young at the time they put their collaboration in, and by the time it was done, George R.R. Martin was just an old fart writing Game of Thrones. And come on, who's with me on this? How long is it going to take the guy to finish that series already? Come on, we're waiting, George. If you're watching this, hurry it up. Anyway, let's get on to the review of Hunter's Run. It's a much shorter novel, about 276 pages. So the premise behind this book, you got this guy named Ramon. Now, he is from Earth, he's from Mexico, and he took off on an alien spaceship along with a bunch of other colonists to settle a new world called Sao Paulo, mainly because it was settled by Brazilians, so they named it after the city Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ramon here, he's your stereotypical Mexican badass. I mean, the guy's always getting in bar fights, he's always fighting with his girlfriend, real tough guy. He has a problem, gets drunk, gets in a bar fight. This guy, he's always picking fights. Big troublemaker. He's an independent prospector. So he's going out, prospecting, finding stuff, minerals, resources around the planet. And just, you're all around badass kind of guy. Well, one day he picks a fight in a bar, of course. And what happens? He ends up killing the guy. Turns out he's an ambassador. Now he's on the run for his life. So he decides to pack up, leave town. Goes far beyond anywhere this planet Sao Paulo has been explored previously. So while he's always doing some prospecting, he stumbles upon something that nobody knows exists. There's these aliens that have been hiding on this planet the whole time, and they want to be hidden. They don't want to be found. They're hiding from an even greater threat to their species. So what do? Of course, they try to prevent Ramon from coming back and telling everybody about them. Of course, what happens? Well, he's a badass. He gets in a fight with the aliens, of course. And the next thing you know he's blacking out and he wakes up in this really strange place. He doesn't know what happened, where the heck he is, and everything is dark and just completely black around him, and he wakes up. And next thing you know when he finally comes to and starts to figure out what's going on, he realizes he's been leashed by these aliens. They are now controlling him. They tell him that there's another guy out there who's on his way back to civilization, and his job is, he's basically turned into a hunting dog for these aliens. He's out there on this alien leash, and he has to go hunt this other guy that's out there. He figures there's probably the cops chasing after him for killing the ambassador in a bar fight. So, of course, he's like, well, I'm not just going to let you aliens go in here and take out this guy. Whatever. He's at least got enough decency to do that. Well, and he's a little pissed off with the aliens for destroying his car and all of his stuff and taking him captive and leashing him in the first place. So he's not exactly in the mind to cooperate with them. But ultimately, now, warning, spoiler here a little bit, he finds out that he is, in fact, not the original. He is a clone of Ramon. So, as he's going throughout this book, it really becomes a situation of survival being the only law. He must survive at all costs. And if he's not the one being hunted, he's the one doing the hunting in order for his own survival. And the premise is really interesting in that he is forced to, both in a very real and psychological sense, forced to confront himself and his own identity and come to terms with who he is and what he is. And if you could imagine in a survival situation that your only choice is to work with yourself, and you start seeing all the things in yourself that you absolutely hate and despise with yourself, and how that kind of conflict, that internal struggle that we all have with those parts of ourselves that we don't like, come to the forefront. and you're struggling and fighting against that, and your very survival depends upon literally conquering all those things about yourself that you don't like in order to get past and survive in this situation that's been forced upon you. So it really is a very intriguing idea behind that we're confronted with the worst parts of ourselves, and I think that is a fantastic premise. I love the idea behind that, and that's one of those ideas and concepts that really go beyond just a good story. It really mixes in and really kind of expresses our own internal struggle with ourselves in that sense. And I think that was done really well overall. And I think that there actually, honestly, with this, I think there's a lot more that could have been done in some ways. We definitely could have expanded upon that, maybe even gone beyond a single book in terms of the story and how it was told. But overall, I thought it was reasonably well done. Certainly not the worst book I've ever read. I wouldn't mark it as one of the best. But overall, I think it went quite well in terms of the primary plot, the primary idea of conflict with ourselves within the book. And I think that was done really well. And overall, I'd give this a 6 out of 10 bookworms overall. And definitely, something worth reading. You won't regret reading it, for sure. And I really hope that you enjoyed the review. So thanks for watching. As always, you can subscribe to my channel and my website, andrewsbookreviews.wordpress.com. And I hope that you'll stay tuned, as coming soon, next up will be Richard Morgan's The Steel Remains. So I hope that you take the time to follow and subscribe and like. Thank you.